welcome. This is my presentation for our Pokemon like game, and yeah. So it's by Jeremy and Michael. Who's the team behind this masterpiece? Well, it's going to be me, Jeremy Porritt, as a programmer and an artist, Michael de Bonaventura as a programmer and artist, and then we have some side crew as my buddy Ashen doing the music for the game. Our vision for this game. We would like to make the game with roguelike elements. So there's going to be a first stage where you select your creatures, and then you will go along and you will explore three different stages with randomized layouts, and then you'll continue on to a boss stage. And then after the boss, you would go back to three basic stages as well, and then a boss stage again. And we do plan on having four main story bosses, so related to the types of the creatures. And once you complete that, you can keep on going for infinite amount of time, but after that, it's basically until you lose, then that's when the game ends. There'll be a shop every so often where you can spend money and get items so you can keep on going. And we are planning on adding a co-op mode with local multiplayer, implementing our multiplayer systems knowledge for that class as well. And we do want to have custom art and music for the game, so we don't have to outsource assets from anywhere else. So we want to do it solely from our little team we have. The features are going to be, we want to do about 15 unique creatures with at least 4 types that have strengths and weaknesses. We want to have the roguelike elements to keep the game feeling fresh every single time you play it, because we're not going to have a lot of time to program the game. We only have 1 semester, so we want to make sure we have an engaging gameplay loop for someone to want to play the game over and over again. We do want to implement, to meet one of the requirements, we do want to implement a save feature to save where you're currently at in the run. But of course, once you lose, you will reset. And there's going to be an ability to add new party members, up to 4 party members. And then you can choose which creatures you have on your team to play on the other strengths and weaknesses of the enemies. And then we want to have the randomly generated selected layouts and boss types. So the 4 main bosses are most likely going to be 4 specific types, and it's going to be a random choice between which first boss you're going to face, but then the levels are going to scale as you go on. And then we want to have the game to have an easy to grasp battle system, so anyone can play the game and understand it. To meet the requirements, we want to set up a Trello page to make sure we get everything done on time. So we'll have like a checklist and everything. We'll be communicating closely with each other through Discord and texting and whatever we end up using for that, just to make sure we're both on track. And we went over all the rubric instructions just to make sure we had a reasonable outlook to see what we can get done in time for the game, with reasonable expectations to have the game done with all its features. And that's it. Thank you.